What can you do when you are in a rut? You know, when nothing seems to work, when your life is just messy. All the habits you used to do are no longer there. You're extremely inconsistent. And bad habits are now starting to creep up upon you again. The diet, you start to slip a bit there. The gym, you're not going to the gym all the time. You barely read, you get the point. Being in a rut sucks because it just derails our plans of becoming something. And it feels like each rut we have, we take massive amounts of step back. And that hurts because the progress we're on, it goes kind of slowly, right? Unless you're just starting out in the gym or starting out with anything, you're gonna get noob gains in that case, of course. But for most of us who've kind of matured a bit in our development, it goes slowly. It takes time to build up habits and to start to see changes in our life. But as it goes slowly to build up, it goes so quickly to ruin it. It's kind of like you have to build it's a tower that you're building. And it takes so much time to put all the bricks in the right places. But so easy to just demolish the tower with a single blow. These seem inevitable to come, these ruts. Something might happen, you might lose a loved one, or just something that you couldn't see coming happens. And we can expect the unexpected to happen at some point. So we are going to have to deal with these ruts. The question then becomes, what can we do to get out of them the quickest? Because the quicker we can get out of them, the less damage will be done to the tower we have built. And I used to obsess over this, and I used to think that doing as much as possible, doing as many habits as possible was the solution. But I found that when you're in a rut, life is very messy for you. And so having lots of habits to do and track, you're just going to end up not doing anything. Because you're going to be overwhelmed by it. The solution I've found to this is to go back to the basics for just a bit. Like we are very stubborn and we have our pride, and we don't like to have to accept that we're going to have to leave our advanced life right now and go back to the basics, go back a few months in time. And what I mean by that is that we focus on the three main pillars, which is sleep, diet, and exercise. Those three. Because I've found, at least in my life when I've hit ruts, that at least one of these three is not present. Sleep, diet, exercise. So I'm either not going to the gym, or my diet is not the best, or, what is most often the case, I'm not getting enough sleep. And these three are kind of like the 80-20 rule, like the 20% of actions that result in 80% of the results. And so these are just so crucial to get right, and so easy to mess up. It's so easy to let a few hours to your bedtime slip away. It's so easy to have a cheat meal once in a while. And we all know that one cheat meal becomes two. That's why we have a no policy. We're not going to do any cheat meals at all whatsoever. And the same kind of goes with the gym. You get out of the gym for a while, you might get sick for a week and you're out of the gym. It's very difficult to get started again, right? But these main three, if you just do these three, that's a ton of progress for you. Like your health, mental and physical, thanks to the exercise you're getting, the diet and the sleep. This is just the stuff that you should have. You should nail these three. So if you get into a rut, remember this. Hit the main three pillars: sleep, diet, exercise. Take a look at each and one of these. Are they truly the best they can be? Because we have high standards here, right? And what I do then is that like I said, it's a bit painful, but essentially shred the other habits. I might keep meditation around because I think that's a super good one as well. Kind of like the fourth most important one. But I tend to shred a lot of these habits, like reading certain pages per day, or facial exercises, or you get the point. These habits that don't contribute as much to your overall growth, but are still nice to have. But these nice to haves are not going to help you out in a rut, because your brain and your environment is very messy. So you need to go back to the fundamentals. So what I do, I just skip out on all those. And my main focus then is to hit my bedtime and to wake up at the same time each day. That's the sleep one. The exercise one, for me personally, I have to train every single day, except one rest day. Because if I don't, I'm gonna skip more days. Just hit the gym every single day, go out for a run. And then diet. Just eat non-processed foods, no cheat meals, simple. And so I really hope that if you fall in a rut, if you're in a rut right now, that this might help you, because this has helped me to get back to where I need to be. And then once you have secured the main 3 pillars and you start to see that your life, it eases up again. You start to, you come out of that rut. Then you can bring back all these other habits into your life again. It's just for a short bit of time that you're doing this, to gain control, because it's difficult to keep control over like 10 different habits you're trying to do. But if you have just 3, then all of a sudden you can direct all your attention to those 3 and nail them. And with those 3 nailed, it's difficult to remain in a rut. So that's the overall message. Once again, it became an evening video. The lighting is just non-existent. You know, I'm so natural. I'm using natural lighting. The sun is my key light, so it ended up being fairly dark today. But if it fit the theme, I think, with a rut. Anyway, I hope this helps out in any way. And if you have any other tips for how to get out of a rut, some like simple stuff, then you can leave that in the comments. Any other thoughts, ideas? Leave them in the comments, because I like to hear from you. Okay? And I'll see you again soon.